All right, let's talk about Skillshare. So it's the end of April 2017, and I've seen a couple other instructors talk about Skillshare and their thoughts on Skillshare. Shout out to Mark Timberlake and Scott Duffy. I enjoyed your videos about Skillshare, and I figured it was about time for me to come out and talk about what my thoughts are with Skillshare now that we've seen a few months with the new pricing model. So just to recap for people who don't know, Skillshare changed the way they were paying out instructors from number of enrollments to basically how many minutes you watched. And when they came out with this announcement, they said that they were going to be paying about 5 to 10 cents per minute watched on the platform. And for the first couple months, it was about 5 cents. And then in the last month, which was March, the last month we have data for, it was a little under 5 cents. It was about 4.8 cents. Now, I've heard a few different reasons why this is lower than expected. One is that during January and also through February, Skillshare got a ton of students enrolled through their free 3-month trial promo that they were doing, more than they expected. And so for the first 3 months of this year, a lot of people haven't even been paying money to watch the courses. That's something that they've said will change as we get more further and further into the year. So our upcoming earnings for the month of April will really be a big sign whether that's true or not, if people are actually converting from the free trial to a paid membership. The other thing that they're doing is they're changing from a $12 per month to a $15 per month subscription model. This, they say, is to increase the earnings for instructors. They sent out an announcement, and even to the students themselves, they said, hey, we're going to be charging $15 per month now because we want to get better instructors and better courses. This tells me that there has been a lack or a decrease in course production and launches on Skillshare. And for Skillshare to have success, they need high quality courses, they need high quality instructors. And they have a lot of them already, especially in the creative fields. There are some amazing courses on Skillshare. I see a lot of people complaining online about Skillshare, saying that the courses on there are trash. And it's true, there's a lot of courses on Skillshare that are trash. But there are many, many courses that are super duper high quality. They could be sold for hundreds, if not thousands of dollars off of Skillshare because they are such high quality and they come from people who are such great inspirations and have such expertise in their field. But it's great that they're on Skillshare for people to be able to watch for that low monthly price. Now, just a quick tangent about why I'm excited about them charging $15 a month for their subscription is because I actually have my own $9 per month subscription fee for all of my courses on my site. Now, not every single course of mine is on Skillshare. A lot of them are though. And so it's good to know that Skillshare is upping their price so that I have sort of an advantage to charge a little bit less for my courses. And doing that monthly membership on my site has been going really, really great. It's way more successful than I thought it was going to be. Getting a ton of organic sales and organic traffic enrolling in my membership site, the all access pass for my courses. So that's another option for those of you creators out there who have a good batch of courses and want to sell them all at once on your own site for a recurring fee. And for those of you who don't want to sell your courses for $100, $200 or more, which is an option, but it's more work. And not everyone wants to sell their courses for $200, $300, $400, and you don't have to. So if you want to charge $9 a month, $12 a month, $15 a month for your courses on your own site, that's great. And I think you should do that if that's what you want to do. Don't let anyone else tell you how much you should charge for your own courses. Back to Skillshare though, and what I think does really good on Skillshare now, which Mark and Scott touched upon, longer, higher quality courses are going to do better on Skillshare. You need to have those minutes watched, and you can't have a lot of minutes watched in your courses if your courses are only 10 or 15 minutes long, and if your courses aren't engaging, especially in the beginning. So one thing that I recently did was I had been splitting up some of my courses into small individual Skillshare courses, like my big Premiere Pro for Beginners course. That was split up into 15 courses, I think, on Skillshare, which did well when we were getting paid per enrollment. But now that we are getting paid by the minute, I want all those lessons in one long course so that if someone is really engaged in that course, they're going to be watching 400 or 500 minutes worth of content in that one course. At the end of the day though, this change has been great for creators who create amazing high quality content that students love. For a while, it was easy to game the system and for people to get enrollments with snazzy titles and by posting short mini classes every day. Not that there's anything wrong with that if you were creating high quality courses that students love, but a lot of instructors were creating courses just to get out another course, just to get more enrollments, not caring if students actually love the course itself. But if back then you had been focusing on creating high, super duper high quality content that students love, and now you take those courses, you package them together into longer courses that students still love, you're going to be doing really well on Skillshare. I do feel slightly bad for instructors who had shorter courses like 15 to 20 minutes that were really, really high quality because they have seen a decrease in earnings since the pricing change. Myself, on the other hand, and lots of other Skillshare instructors that I've talked to privately have seen an increase in earnings because I've been putting up longer courses on Skillshare the whole time. When I started out, I was putting up my whole courses. I wasn't breaking them out into little individual courses, even though that's what was earning the most money on Skillshare. So I was lucky in that sense that I've been putting big courses on Skillshare this entire time. Just from a pure number standpoint, about a year ago, before there was a rush to Skillshare, back when the Udemy price change happened, I was making about $4,000 to $5,000 a month on Skillshare. And that had been going on for about 6 to 12 months. And then I saw a deep decrease in the revenue when there were all these people flooding the market with courses. And it ended up being that I was averaging about $1,800 per month on Skillshare. And it kind of just went down to that and it stabilized right around there. Since the pricing change though, or the pricing model change, my earnings have gone up to $2,800, $3,000, $3,400. Hopefully with the higher subscription price and with more people actually paying for the courses, not in a free trial, those earnings are going to increase even more. And you may be wondering, how did I get to this place? You might be thinking that you put up videos or courses on Skillshare and you're not having enough success. For me, it's always been the same exact process. Consistency, high quality courses, and just a general sticking with it attitude. That's what I've done with Skillshare. That's what I've done with Udemy. That's what I've done on YouTube with my website. I'm not splashy. I've never had a viral hit. I've never really been great at promotion myself. All I've done is continue to stick with it, keep posting courses on Skillshare, not listening to all the noise from all the other instructors and all the people who complain about the platform, knowing, and maybe this is just gut instinct, that Skillshare is a nice platform. I actually really enjoy the platform. I think it's great for creatives, and I do have that advantage of teaching courses for creatives, whereas someone who's teaching programming courses or lifestyle courses might not do as well on Skillshare at this time. But throughout all that noise, I just kept posting on Skillshare. I see the comments on social media about Skillshare not being worth it, not being worthwhile. It's hard for me to really understand how I feel about those comments because for some people it might not be worth it. But for me, when I started out, an extra $10,000 a year really, really helped. And now an extra $30,000 to $40,000 per year really, really helps. And I can do a lot with that money. I can invest, I could save, I can pay down my house mortgage that I have. If this was a couple years ago, I could pay for a wedding, I could pay for travel, I could pay down my student debt. I know many other instructors who are making the same amount of money and more on Skillshare. So if you're interested in putting your courses on Skillshare and you want to have success on the platform, stop listening to all the noise. Just stick with it, put courses on there. Don't expect thousands of dollars in the first month or even the first year. But if you do start to make any sort of money, know that there's a potential for more money if you put more courses on that platform. That's been my motto this entire time. Seeing if it works with one course, and if it does, adding more and more courses to the platform. If you've been doing this for the past 3 or 4 years on a monthly basis like I have, you're probably in a really good spot on Skillshare. But if you only posted a few courses on Skillshare and then stopped when it didn't seem to be doing well, you're probably not going to do as well as if you just stuck with it. And again, for a few months, few years, it's hard to tell exactly how long it's going to take for everyone. For me, I've been doing it for a few years now, and I feel like I'm reaping the rewards of sticking with it for that long. And I believe that it's going to last at least another year or so. I always plan for these platforms to kind of disappear in the next few months though. And that's a very negative way to look at it. I hope they don't disappear in the next few months, but you always need a backup plan. So that's why it is important to grow your audience on your own site, be building an email list, to even be selling your courses on your own platform. But for the time being, why not use Skillshare, Udemy, or these other platforms to increase your earnings? The only reason not to is if you don't want to sell your courses for that low of price. And a lot of people might not want to sell your courses for $10 or $15 on Udemy, or with all the other courses on Skillshare for $15 a month. Totally fine if that's what you want or don't want to do. But if you do want to do that, just do it. Stop listening to the noise. Anyways, that's a long rant, a long thought about Skillshare. And if you're interested in all of this stuff, online teaching, I am putting together a premium training on this. So this is sort of a different thing that I've been starting, and you've probably seen the videos on YouTube the past couple of weeks just about my thoughts with it. So I'm putting it together. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff like this where, giving more updated thoughts, walking you through the process, and helping out a lot more. So if you're interested in that, I will include a link down below in the description just for anyone interested. When that does launch, you'll be the first to be notified. Cool, thanks so much and have a great day.